Her snow-white regalia made her sparkle like the morning sun. He was both amazed and heartbroken that such a beautiful lady had chosen celibacy as a path to destiny. Ekaro's sister, he greeted in Yoruba, but quickly realized she was an Igbo lady. Language barriers melted away as they forged a friendship. Once upon a time in the serene village of Ikim, the Okonkwo family was grappled with a unique dilemma. Nneka, their daughter, found herself at the center of her parents' aspirations. Contrary to common desires, her parents were disheartened that their children had followed in their footsteps to become fruit traders. Instead, they longed for the prestigious titles of Mama Lawyer or Papa Doctor to adorn their names, echoing the cultural norms of the village. In a desperate bid to rectify the situation, Nneka's parents made a selfish decision. They compelled Nneka to become a nun against her wish for the title of Mama and Papa Reverend Sister. Her father, an alpha male, with all seriousness, threatened to disown her if she went against his wishes. Afraid of being disowned and letting her parents down, Nneka accepted to become a Reverend Sister just to make her parents happy and fulfill their dreams of being called Mama and Papa Sister. Not long after, Nneka's parents sent her to a distant Yoruba convent in a town in the west. But little did they know that fate had other plans for Nneka. Having settled in, one day, a tall, handsome prince graced the convent with a courtesy visit to express gratitude to the nuns to their contributions to his community. Among the nuns, he laid eyes on Nneka and thought to himself, "Oh my God, I think I've met a real-life angel." Her snow-white regalia made her sparkle like the morning sun. He was both amazed and heartbroken that such a beautiful lady had chosen celibacy as a path to destiny. Ekaro's sister, he greeted in Yoruba, but quickly realized she was an Igbo lady. Language barriers melted away as they forged a friendship stronger than any other. One topic led to another, and Nneka told the prince about her sad story of how her parents threatened to disown her if she didn't become a nun to enable them bear a flimsy title. On realizing this, the prince fell helplessly in love with Nneka, and being that he was kind, thoughtful, and not to mention very handsome prince, Nneka fell for him too. They devised the plans on how to regularly see each other without being caught, and they were happy. After some time, Nneka began to notice changes in her body. She was often lazy to do her regular duties and found herself always sleeping. It was on the second month she realized she had missed her period twice and was terrified of disappointing her parents and bringing shame to her family name in the village, and so she hesitated to share the news. The truth couldn't remain hidden for long. The green belly caught the attention of the convent authorities. In a moment of courage, Nneka confessed her story about how her parents selfishly forced her to become a nun against her will, just so they could be called Mama and Papa Reverend Sister, and how she found love, joy, and peace in the prince who absolutely adored her. Nneka, now burdened with the fear of disappointing her parents, felt a weight on her shoulders. The nuns, moved by her tale, decided to intervene. They invited the prince and made plans to journey to Ikim, Nneka's village. Meanwhile, whispers of Nneka's pregnancy spread like wildfire through the community, reaching her parents' ears. Ashamed and desperate, they threatened to disown her for bringing such shame and disgrace upon their family name. The said date arrived, and the Yoruba prince, accompanied by his father, the Oba, and the multitude of well-wishers, embarked on a grand procession to Ikim. As their convoy wound through the village, curious onlookers followed, creating a spectacle never seen before. as fleet of rare and exotic vehicles arrived the village, headed for Nika's father's compound. Terrified and wondering what might be going on, Nika's parents reluctantly came out from their home, trying to figure out why there were so many cars in their house. The sight that greeted them was beyond their wildest imagination. A parade of opulence. Fine carpets were laid on the floor and sprinkled with roses. Alas, the car door was open and the Oba revealed himself. The entire village recognized him, for he was a famous and well-respected king, known as the King of Kings, and they all bowed in reverence. Greetings, Maz Yokunkwo. Greeting, O King of Kings. To what does a common trader like me owe such an honorable visit, your majesty? Maz Yokunkwo inquired. The door was opened for Nneka, who descended with a noticeable belly, followed by the prince. Surprisingly, the village erupted in joy. The once fearful father rushed forward, embracing Nneka. Nneka, my good daughter, the essence of my being, Ugonaya, you're welcome, my daughter. I know that one day you will be the one to make me proud, he said, forgetting he ever threatened to disown her on arrival. And then the prince, seeking forgiveness and reconciliation, was about to kneel down before Nika's father for the shame he had supposedly brought upon his family. But Nika's father noticed and quickly rushed and stopped him and welcomed him to his home. The prince took responsibility for Nika's pregnancy and told her father that he had come with his people to do the right thing and make Nika his wife. Nika's father told him that it would take a few days to consult with his kinsmen and get the bride price list ready. Then it is settled. There shall be a feast every day until we receive the list, declared the King of Kings. Prepare the tents for all our guests and invite all the best palm wine tappers to bring forth their best wine. Let the hunters bring their best meat and the fishermen their biggest catch. For it will be a celebration until my son, the heir apparent to the throne of my father, officially marries your daughter, who in her belly carries the future ruler of my kingdom. The list was ready in 3 days, but the grand wedding that followed resembled a carnival for the next 7 days. There were masquerades, dancing competitions, wrestling matches, and all manner of fun games during the course of the celebration. After the event, the prince and his new bride bid her family and the people of Ikim goodbye, fulfilling Nneka's parents' dream. In the end, they proudly became Mama and Papa Princess and eventually Mama and Papa Queen. And so, a story that began with societal expectations transformed into a tale of love, acceptance, and the triumph of happiness in the village of Ikim.